So this is what 1 atmosphere is in all these different units. So this is what it is in pascals. And my goodness, that's a lot of pascals, right? 1.013 times 10 to the 5th pascals. That's like 100,000 pascals, right? Isn't this the same number, only it's instead of times 10 to the 5, it's times 10 to the 3, right? So these are the same thing, but I write them down just for the metrically impaired, right? And then this is torr, which torr is millimeters of mercury, right? That's how far, torr is how far an atmosphere can push mercury up a tube in those old mercury barometers, right? Which are now deeply not wanted around people. Mercury is very, very toxic. And then it's 14.7 pounds per square inch, which is a reasonable, this is my favorite unit of pressure of all of these because I'm most familiar with it, right? But this is what you do. If you want to convert pressure, take what you have, turn it into atmospheres, right? And you do that by dividing by 1 atmosphere and whatever that is, right? So if it's pascals, divide by this to get 1 atmosphere. If it's kilopascals, divide by this. If it's torr, divide by 760, etc., right? And then once you have it in atmospheres, multiply that by an atmosphere, what an atmosphere is in the new units. Let me just show you the example here, right? We want to turn this in torr to psi, right? So to turn 210 torr into an atmosphere, you just go 210 divided by 760, right? Because this is torr, and then this is going to be, this is torr per atmosphere, right? So the units are that we end up with atmospheres, right? Okay. And then we're going to multiply that by, we want to turn it into psi. And at this point, we could turn it into any of these by multiplying by any of those. But we want psi, so I'm going to go 14.7, right? And that's psi per atmosphere, right? So if you look at this, torr go the way of the bison, 1 over atmospheres, destroys 1 over atmospheres, and you end up with psi, right? So 210 divided by 760 times 14.7, and no, it doesn't matter what order you do that in. Okay, it's 4.06 psi. Do you capitalize psi? PSI. I don't think you do. I think I'm going to go with like not capitalized. Okay, let's do another example. Let's do 12 psi to pascals, right? So again, turn whatever you have into an atmosphere. So this divided by this, right? 12.0, and that's psi, divided by 14.7 psi per atmosphere, right? That's what that means. That's how many atmospheres we have, almost a whole atmosphere, right? And then a pascal, this is a pascal, right? So times 1.013 times 10 to the pascals, right? So 12, I'm going to multiply, now I'm going to divide by 14.7 times 1.013 e to the, and I'm getting a number 82693, I'll just say 0.9, let's see. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 times 10 to the 4th, there we go. So 8.27 times 10 to the 4th. Pascals, pascals, pascals. Pascals. Ooh.